What's up, everyone? Okay, we're gonna keep going on the section views and just the final couple of details and everything that we'll need. At least probably might be one more after this, just to keep the video shorter. But really, one more just a little thing for the where are we? There for the blueprint. Okay, so just noticing a couple of things here. Okay. Anyways, so we'll just kind of keep going. All right, right here I have my AA section view as well as everything else, but then just off the video I made a BB, CC, and DD. And the way that I did that, basically a nice quick way, is I just took a copy of this thing here and I flipped it sideways. And then you bring it over here. But before I do that, what I did is I took this and I made a new kind of blank sort of outsole block, just like this. I'm not going to do all of it. I'll just show you really quickly how I did those other section views. Okay, and so did that right there. Cut it. Let's delete this. Okay, so all I did was, because I know that this thing, just in this particular case, it was like very uniform. Sometimes you can't do that, but what I did is I brought it up here, and in this case, what you want to do is you want to line it up kind of right there on the top edge, and see right there where that thickness is. On this particular one, let's see, I think I had to adjust. Yeah, what I did is I had to actually had to adjust the thickness on that just a little bit. Anyways, so you kind of line it up there, and then group it. Kind of brought this over just like that. And then took it and just kind of nudged it over just like that, right there. And like I said, the modelers, they'll typically kind of understand what you want, and so you can kind of sort of fudge it a little bit, but it's best to be pretty accurate like that. And then anyways, so once I got the top kind of piece there, then I brought it over here and put it right there this time, right? Lined it up on the bottom edge, just like that, kind of along that, and then just did the same thing, right? Went and found kind of the halfway point on there, and these all go like super quick, you know what I mean? So anyways, that's kind of how I did that on these sections. Oh, get off of there. Anyways, went all the way across where it was all black, where it was darker or deeper, you know. And then, you know, I did that each time. I just made, only because it's the same thickness and everything, you know, whatever. And then kind of, but don't maybe resize it quite like that. I'm just doing it just to show you. But I made one for each one of those and then lined those up. Okay. So anyways, that's how I made the section views down here. Okay. And each one of them have pretty good thickness there. Matches up. So now what we're doing is we have to start throwing on, well, and before that, I need to add just a couple kind of hidden lines onto here. And what I'll do is, my webbing, I said, was 0.875. So let's do like 1 inch by 1 inch. Okay. So let's put this like right here. And actually, one thing that you'll kind of notice too is usually when it'll wrap around kind of that last, it'll sort of go on a little bit of an angle. So I'm just gonna kind of hint to that. And once again, like I said, you can learn a lot from how things are going on to the last and give a better kind of indication on what you want. Go look at that. The last the webbing will probably kind of go into here, about like that. You could do it like this, and then we just make them hidden lines, right? And then we can kind of trim that away and everything else. Or we could just go straight across, right? You can go either way. And maybe we'll just go straight across just for now, just to kind of keep it a little simpler. Go. But I think they'll understand either way. And like I said, it's just a quick simple student project, so don't stress a ton, but I want you guys thinking about it. Okay, and I'll just delete that, the edge, move this guy up here, just cut that off. Delete that one there. Okay, so basically those are kind of some hidden lines where that will tuck in. Could do it here too, but I'm not gonna get too excited about that one. And then remember, we have to kind of translate it potentially. In fact, because I don't really want to have to update it onto here per se, but maybe we should. What we'll do is let's go this way and this way. Put a little. Okay, so the way that would actually update itself is because on section AA it is cutting across there, right? For where those right here on the little construction details, right? So where that's kind of wrapping around, we should kind of show that real quick. Now it won't show up on BB. It will show up on CC, but not on DD. So it'd probably be easier if I'd added that before, but it's super easy now still. So all we really have to do, let's do section AA first, and we can already see, because I added that line there so we can see where it goes through. So I'm just gonna kind of make up a little thickness. I don't know the exact thickness of webbing, so we'll just say like a millimeter, right? Let's do the width right here. Let's just say it's 1 millimeter. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. Okay, that's 1 millimeter there. I'll change so I can see it. And then good, 1 millimeter right there. Let's just make sure that you got to make sure that those line up okay, because what we'll do is we'll drag them on over to the, and you might be asking, how many hidden lines should I put in? You know, just maybe put in a couple if you're gonna do something like that. But we'll take a look at it, and don't worry if I'm not gonna try to trick everyone or anyone. If something could use a hidden line, I'm gonna treat this kind of like a design manager and say, yeah, throw a hidden line in there, and then we're good. Okay, so there we go. There's that, and then I'm gonna click that. I'll minus it on out. Okay, so we just have like a little bit of a indentation here. Throw that back behind. Okay, so we have kind of just some indentations, and we'll have to call that out. Okay, and then let's see. Now on CC we need to do that real quick. So on CC, what I'll just do is I'll kind of do the same type of thing, and that's the width of it right there. And then the height, just gotta change the height a little bit. Height is 1. I actually think I changed the I think I changed the wrong dimension last time. That's okay. I guess. It's all good. Okay, let's go to CC actually. I'm just gonna cut that. And I'll go down to CC. Okay. V. And remember, that came on the medial side. And I want to just double check and make sure that this is. Yeah, that's one thing I missed. Oh yeah, okay, I missed this part here. This is important. So I need to move this over, actually, right there. Okay, and then take this guy right here. And sometimes you just have to sort of go back and forth. You'll find some mistakes sometimes. And that's how it is. Okay. And then we'll chop that out. Okay. Good to go there. See that everything? No. Grab everything now. Okay. So we'll kind of say that this is maybe part 3 of the video. Part 3 of 4 for the blueprints. Okay. So there we go. We have our sections and our hidden views, our hidden lines. We can throw some hidden lines in here if we want, but it will also start getting a little bit thick too. So we want to kind of watch out for that. I might, on the final one, actually add a different dashed line for the last, just to differentiate it from the hidden lines. So maybe we could do that right now, and then we'll just finish. So let's just do it like it's like that, and then there we go. Let's add it to this now. There we go. Yeah. So now we can kind of see that that's a different dashed line, right? Than the other last, or than these here. So the last and then the other different. This here and then the last are different looking dashed lines. And what I'll do is I'll just make. Let me add this into that group. Control X. Double click onto here. I'll add on the top, Command F. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this right here and kind of flip it. And then, let's see. Technically, outside of this thing here, technically everything is probably going to be a hidden line. But just go like that on everything. Don't need that. Okay. Let's need that. Opa. Alright. So technically I could go like this, and actually some blueprints really do start to get pretty heavy like that. I'm gonna cut that off real quick, and I'll just delete this because we'll add a new one. Command F. Okay, so there we go. We kind of have our the cut. We have the slit through there. We have everything that we need. So let's end this video here. And that's just kind of some final cleanup details and everything. And then we'll do one last thing on one final video.